Golf? Party of two?
Yes?
Your table is ready, Mr. Golf.
Please, call me Mario.
Right this way, sirs. Have you dined with us before, Mr. Golf? Sorry, Mario?
No, never.
Me neither.
Great. First off, just so you know, we are the Anime Sickos.
The famous podcasters?
The very same, sir.
Wow.
So the deal is, the podcasting game was just no good.
The whole thing went sour. No money in it. Bone dry scene.
And we were unemployed.
Need money, had to make it happen.
So we got into the famously high-margin restaurant business.
So fucking smart, dude. We're rich now. Anyway, yeah, that's the story.
That's so cool. I had no idea this was your place.
Well, it is.
So our menu is family-style plates meant for sharing. The plates at the top of the menu are going to be more like what you'd call appetizers at a traditional restaurant. At the bottom, the dishes are a little more substantial. We would recommend around 2 to 3 dishes per diner, but you could do 4 if you're hungry.
Also, we want to make this really clear right at the top. This food is not permanent.
Sorry, not permanent?
Yeah, we do not serve permanent food. The food wears off.
I'm sorry to say it, but our food wears off.
Don't think I like this, but we respect our diners, and they deserve the loathsome truth.
Which is that the food wears off.
Look who thinks he's a fucking smart guy. Yes, the food wears off.
What do you mean it wears off?
Okay, so why do you eat food? Like, what's the point?
So you stop being hungry.
That's so true, brother. Now, less ethical restaurants, they're going to try to get you to think that you're paying for a magic dinner that will make you full forever.
Frankly, I would do anything for that dinner.
Dude, we all would, and I would kill a man to get it. When we were doing research before starting this place, every restaurant Joe and I went to, we thought like, okay, this place is fancy. We're getting permanent food for sure.
But what did it do? It wore off, didn't it? Hungry again in like under a day.
So we want to get out in front of that. Your dinner is gonna fucking wear off, you guys.
Wait, is this just a big scam? You get us in here, we pay for expensive food, we leave happy, thinking like, oh, we're full, this is great. But then it wears off and it's like we never had anything?
Look, I know it sounds bad and I really hate to do this, but basically, yes, it's exactly that.
Man, I don't like living under capitalism either, but this is what you have to do to turn a profit.
And honestly, we really try to make a permanent dinner. Like, we aren't happy about this.
This was all plan B, okay?
Plan A was to serve a sort of extremely dense mush or perhaps slime.
We made so many things of test slime. The slime would not wear off was the plan.
The slime wore off.
So we went with normal food for the menu.
The normal food wears off.
It all wears off.
So yeah, you gotta come back.
But at least we tell you.
Other places don't tell you.
Okay, you get it.
Dude, Mario, your buddy gets it.
Fine. I guess I'm okay with this.
Thank you for understanding. Are you ready to order?
I need more time with the menu.
Of course. Oh, also, my apologies. I forgot to give you the drinks menu. The drinks also wear off.
My full name is Mega Man Soccer.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Anime Sickos. It's the podcast for geniuses and the only podcast where we look at the 4 pillars of modern misery, anime, gaming, posting, and jobs. I am Tom, an anime sicko.
I am Joe, an anime sicko.
We have an incredible new segment to premiere for you, but first we have to thank our newest patrons. The first is my brother Mark. Thank you, my brother Mark.
Thank you, Mark, but also a little slow.
A little slow. I mean, I gotta be real. I will say that he was a Shuffle Quest supporter from day one. So he gets a lot of lifetime pass, my brother Mark. Also, he shows up to Genius Night, our live show.
That's true. But a lot of people do. A lot of people do now.
I know, but each one, you can't take any of them for granted.
Yes,
Because
and each one is your brother.
they're all my brother. Every man is now my brother, regardless of appearance, is one of the true facts that becomes true when you go to Genius Night. Speaking of geniuses, this is a homie that we our next new patron is, I should say, a homie that we both hung out with recently, and it was one of the most delightful experiences. I'm talking about Mellow Code. Josh McVitie, he's been on the show. He rules.
These were separate hangs. I had some shit come up, so he got one-on-one Tom and Joe time, which honestly is longer Sicko time. It was a great hang.
Yeah, for real. He was in town doing, I don't want to like blow up his spot with what he was doing, but he was doing carpentry work that was honestly extremely funny. That's all I'll say.
Joke chairs for clowns.
Joke chairs for clown stores and and funny money. Not funny. Funny money makes it sound like it's fake money that you can't spend. The amount was funny in the positive way. Anyway, thank you to all our patrons. If you want to be our patron, go to patreon.com/animesickos. You can get episodes early and listen to Tom's Record Club, the music sub show that I do with mostly Josh Watkins. It's fun.
You're actually just jealous because he like do stuff with his hands. I am too, to be clear. I think that's what the thing is our gentle ribbing here is because like I'm at the bottom of the tech tree with my hands still. Like I'm still figuring out pottery.
Josh would just be like, you'd just be talking about something and be like, this reminds me of this thing that I did. And he'd pull up his phone and he'd like, I mean, I don't want to oversell it, but it would be as though he scrolled to like the Pyramid of Giza and he's like, I made this last month.
There's no podcast or equivalent. It's just like literally my honest one would be like, oh, so I put this joke in there where like this guy shits and then his shoes don't fit after. Yeah. And then they're like, that's cool. Can you leave? But anyway, let's talk more about the people who love us and give us money.
Yeah. We love them all. Anyway, as I mentioned, we are here to debut a brand new segment. It is a segment that is, I mean, extremely timely. It's actually kind of a little late. We were trying to do this episode earlier, but I got COVID and I couldn't talk. And also I was tired, so we didn't do it then. But this is a segment that's going to really, especially now, especially because if you look at how things are going to shake out, it's a segment that we're going to be doing for a long time. It's going to never lose its relevance. I'm, of course, talking about Queen Watch. No, I would never do that joke a fifth time. Our new segment goes a little something like this. Let's talk about
Live from your blade.
The horrors.
This is not analysis. I want to be very clear. We're not giving you a view of the sitch. This is like, we're outside the burning building and we're like, fuck, do you see all that smoke? Oh, shit. Like, it's just like, we have nothing to add, but like Tom and I have regularly sort of run into this impasse where it's like we have to say something just so like we have to not be like, it's just not that like it's our duty. It's like to not say something is more insanity making.
Yeah, like we just did the episode about You Live Here Too and how like it feels like saying something is like making a pamphlet that like the trumpet guys playing the trumpet in the halls of the apartment building are too loud and here's why. And it's like, yeah, okay, but like also, oh my god, like if we don't say this shit, it makes our this is therapy. I mean, we've said it many times. This show is essentially cost-free therapy for us, and you, the listener, pay the fucking bill.
The thing that I keep coming back to is that Tehran has like 9 million people in it. I think the metro is like 12 million people. They fucking took out all the desalination plants in like one barrage, and like my understanding is something like 80% of all water in the Middle East, like 80% of it comes from such similar plants, which makes sense because it's all a big fucking desert.
Tom from the future here. When Joe said this, I was like, that can't be right. I would have remembered if Tehran lost all their water. Turns out Joe did misremember. Tehran does not get their water from desalinization plants. However, many, many places in the Middle East do. And there have been desalinization plants attacked in this big fucking war. And it is a horrible crime. Just not Tehran specifically.
And then you combine that with the sky is poison, and also like there's now literally a poison rain debuff that is hitting everyone, like because the oil refineries have exploded, and like the math that has kind of left me like fuck is everyone in the 12 million metro going to die? No, but like the Reaper is rolling their dice on every single person when you remove air and water at once. And like if we're just talking about culpability, like it being our country, we are spiritually then maybe on the hook for like not quite 2 Holocausts worth of misery. And this was like in a week.
Yeah.
When we did the episode about everything being bad, and this had still not occurred.
It's so crazy how much worse things can and do get at such a fast pace. If I want to say one piece of analysis, I know we aren't doing an analysis because we're too stupid to, and we haven't done enough research. And I own that because I don't want to do a lot of research. But if there's one piece of analysis that I would like to give, it's the same one that I gave when we did the episode about the beginning of Russia's war in Ukraine, which is the devil is real. I would say, in fact, that the devil is realer than ever. And he is also hearer than ever. He's always been here. The red man has...
He's 5'5".
He's 5'5".
He's like ripped, like a jockey. He can turn on a dime. You cannot outrun him. He's going to get you.
If you try to run him down with your car, you know what he's going to do? He's going to go to the side, and you're going to try to do a donut to get in front of him, but he's going to run with the car and just start stabbing you through the fucking passenger window.
This would not even break his combo.
The devil is a red man who really exists and is not a metaphor. God is not real. The devil
Hell isn't real, but the devil is.
The devil brings hell with him. And the devil, every day of your life, you have experienced the devil's works.
The devil's doing The Secret every day.
I'm not even saying like the devil did something, like the devil started capitalism and you experience it every day. No, every day the devil's hands touch your life again. There are fresh devil fingerprints on you every single day of your life, and there always have been. And as much as he's always been here, he is hearer than fucking ever.
And like the desalination plants is like, I guess the devil can reach that. Like, it's like in a general sense, I knew that was like infrastructure in the Middle East, I guess, until I saw the devil put his hands on it. I did not know that you could just, or rather that what was on the table is just wiping it all out for a country in one go. And then the other thing that I keep coming back to, which is the devil's work. It's like everything about Gaza has been the practice of bombing a place and like hurting a captive population to slaughter. Like that's what they practiced. Like, you know what I mean? Like this is, and they are gonna be continuing to rain death down on a civilian population. It's just like, are they going to put those skills to the test? I don't know, fucking probably. No one learns anything anymore unless it's a new way to kill someone.
There's no learning involved because the devil, again, the idea of learning and growing and changing is antithetical to the devil and his purposes. So he is doing work to make it not fucking be possible, at least not by the people who matter.
Selfishly, can I be selfish for a second? Can I be really selfish? It's like, this is so fucking bad. And this is not to say this is the main issue with it. This is a downstream concern. But it's just like, dude, I'm not going to be able to travel anywhere. My passport is going to be shit. No country will ever fucking let me in ever anywhere. Like, I know that's a very stupid, but like I am ashamed. And when this happens, rightfully so, it's going to suck, but also like, yeah, fair.
It's one thing to be, because always traveling as an American, you have to be like, I'm so sorry that I'm from the great Satan. First of all,
But that's like supposed to be like, oh, I'm very obtuse about the local customs, more so than like, dude, I fucking spread destruction wherever I step foot.
it's like, hey, do you know the most evil entity that's ever existed on the planet? Well, whatever you thought it was prior to 20 years ago, that's wrong. Unless you thought it was America, because it is. It is. We're so fucking evil. Satan lives here. It's his favorite place to go.
Everything Chainsaw Man did about the World War II bomb was like not fiction. Like it was just what happened.
If you aren't aware, if you don't read Chainsaw Man, I'll give you a little bitty spoiler. One of Chainsaw Man's powers is that if he eats a devil, the thing that devil represents has never existed. He retroactively removes it from all of existence.
Right. He's eaten the Holocaust devil, I think, in the first thing. And there's like, no, it didn't occur because like he had erased it from existence. He erased that evil.
He had also eaten the nuclear weapons devil. So there has never been a nuke. And there are some sort of like meta devils who remember the things Chainsaw Man ate. Especially the war devil, because the nuclear weapons devil was like one of the war devil's like big fucking homies. And at one point, just like in the middle of everything else happening, the nuclear weapons devil comes back because what has happened? The US invented them again.
It's like, yes, it was erased. Like Chainsaw Man ate nuclear bombs as a concept, and that concept in evil was erased from time forever. However, the boys at Langley got thinking a little bit, and they just did it again. And it's also like, oh, by the way, America's attacking everyone again, like just for no reason. Like in the context, they have the bomb and they're doing World War II, like just cause now because they have the bomb.
Yeah, it's incredible. Evil place. Like when the first wave of Iran bullshit was occurring, there was the news story that Spain is like, we're not gonna fucking let these hogs use our bases to commit sin. And that I was like, uh-oh, my in-laws live in Spain famously. I talk about going over there all the time. And I'm just like, I probably will still be able to visit, but like, I hate that I have to say probably. Used to be definitely. Here's the thing. If you want to see the devil's work extremely at play, work at play. If you want to see the devil's work with very little filter between it, you want to see it laid very bare, look at our Secretary of War, the satanic demon Peter Hegseth. This is a man who has nothing inside him and no brain, so every time he speaks, it is because the devil's hand is up inside of him like a puppet, like a muppet.
His issue with life is that war has been so pussy up until now. It's been pussy shit, dude.
Yes. So, talk about not being able to learn. I sincerely believe that both he and Trump think that if you ask them why has no one invaded Iran before, their legitimate answer would be because all the army has been gay till now.
Everyone had low T until recently.
They didn't want to be lethal war fighters. They wanted to be gay. I mean, like, talk about not wanting to learn. There was the fucking news story that Hegseth was like, we are no longer allowing our lethal war fighters to go to Yale and Harvard for their degrees because Yale and Harvard teach, and this is a fucking quote, the enemy's wicked ideology.
This is a classic example of getting in your own way, because it's like those institutions. Look, if you're in the business of evil killing people, you want to be sending your
yes,
you want to be sending them to the monster factory. And so this is a case of like he's like, we need to send all of our soldiers to become stronger and more lethal. And it's like, okay, well, there's space camp for murderers, and he's like, no, we won't do that.
I mean, Joe, it's, what it's like. People say this all the time when they're not real Star Trek fans like me. When they're trying to nitpick and find loopholes, they're like, the Klingon culture is so stupid. All they care about is being warriors. Well, how are they going to be warriors without scientists who make their weapons? And the answer to that is in Klingon culture, being a scientist who makes weapons is considered a warrior. That's extremely honorable. The fact that you're not actually the one using them is immaterial. But like,
which would
Hey-
which is sort of like more realistic and in line with like what force projection in an army is than like what our it's very funny. To keep in mind, these are the people that have the big double-sided blades, right?
yes, they do. It's the dumbest thing, but it looks cool. It looks pretty cool. But like Hegseth, a human man, legitimately has the philosophy that nitpickers sort of cinema sins ding Klingons in Star Trek for. He legitimately is like, the only thing that matters is every one of our soldiers individually being a lethal, sexy warfighter who isn't fat. The wanting them to all be sexy is like, this is, it's so, I mean, this is
The fact
fucking
that
looks
the
maxing.
was it it is looks maxing. If you recall, the troops that were first, the National Guard that was first deployed to Chicago, they were like bigger
Fat.
guys, and he
Yeah.
called them back. He like literally was like, "Oh, you can't. This is Operation Midway Blitz." First of all, you'd want guys like that.
Yeah.
To just sort of like
They
infiltrate
blend
the
in.
population. Yes, it's so stupid. It's and I was already kind of on this train for this, but like I really need to articulate this. Then this is coming from Joe. Dude, this is all gender. This is all just super gender
Oh
shit.
my
Like
God.
it's just like so. It's like Judith Butler's right.
Yeah.
She's right. Like I just don't know how. It's literally an entire military apparatus that's like whipping itself into a more toxic version of masculine, even though like, to be clear, it's already toxic. Like Fort Bragg is like a murder cartel thing, but they are still like, we got to take the safeties off this rabid dog somehow. And
Yeah.
it just, I don't know. I just don't know.
It's real fucked up. I remember like when like for me, when people talk about, when I see people say they talk about their queer journeys and they're like, masculinity was a prison and it didn't let me express myself. I felt like I had to hide all my emotions and like become a worse version of myself. And I'm just like, I'm really sad for you, and I believe that's all true. But honestly, skill issue for me, masculinity has never been it's never held me back. I'm able to express my emotions. I do it all the time. I never fucking stop, in fact. And I feel like being sensitive and responsible and kind isn't at odds with my being a man at all. And then I see this and I'm like, oh, I get it. I just had a really nice dad.
That guy's a walking prison. Like his body is the jail bars. Yes, absolutely. Like it is. Oh my God. Yes.
It's like, oh, if you were adjacent to this shit even a little, like you got a trans, like you get out of there.
Yeah. That, like, yes, if that's what, like he is stuck in that prison clanging his mug against the bars. He's not having a good time. Basically because the aspect of masculinity that he has elevated over all things in digital lethality is like, you must never be off. You must always have vigilance 100%. And it's just like, one of the issues with that is that those people make everything suck around them.
Yes.
Like it's like it's like a guy gets a concealed carry license and then he's like all of a sudden talking about all like the threats all the time. It's just like, come on here. Would you see what's going on?
Joe, I mean, we're going to do an episode about The Wire probably a couple of weeks, but like I'm immediately thinking of the Avon Barksdale quote about like, you only need to fuck up once. You only need to be slow once. You only need to be late once. But how are you never going to be slow? How are you never going to be late? Avon Barksdale is so much more enlightened than these fucking people. As I look over all this bullshit, I keep coming back to the thing you said in You Live Here Too, which was that it feels as though the MAGA movement has so little theory of mind for their enemies. They're so solipsistic and so convinced that the only people who are real are the Satans, are the people who are so empty that they just let Satan control them 100%. and they don't have any filter that sort of humanizes the satanic demonic energies. They think that they're the only real people. And my example of that is they seemed surprised that Iran responded to the attacks with like a in kind, like negatively.
Like in a way that like they show they've been waiting for this for a long fucking time.
Or it showed that they were just like, we don't like that, and we're going to try to make you feel bad too. They're just like, whoa. And I think, and as you said, like they got spoiled by Venezuela, which I'm not a political scientist, but my take on it based on what I've seen is that Venezuela was not so committed to Maduro that they were just like, oh my God, take him. And then hope that the Amerihogs leave.
And we took a bunch of oil, but like what's clear is that Trump literally thinks that like if you take the leader of a place or you kill him, that like that country turns to America's color and becomes our territory.
Yes.
That was clear with the Venezuela thing. And then the way you can talk about killing a head of state and then just like having no like, and they're like, well, we're done. Like, we don't need boots on the ground, and there shouldn't be. But just like the idea that all you just need is bombs, and people are like, actually, I see where you're coming from.
Yeah. Like the idea that a country would like retaliate is just like, whoa, I'm sorry. Are you like, why are you fucking making such a big deal out of this? Honestly, calm down. Like, we did it. Like the whole thing's over. Like we did the kill, and now like you turn off.
It is sort of like that. It is sort of like, oh, the bell rang, the fight's over. The fight was over when the bomb exploded. So why are you punching after the bell?
This is the truth of pretty much every fucking thing. I mean, there's very few phenomena on the planet that this does not apply to. The theory that the right-wing media strategy has, which was originally developed to be a trick to fool the rubes.
Oh, yeah.
It has now become truth, the only truth, and all of them believe it. So, like, the play that they've run a million times in the media is, let's gin up some fucking controversy that nobody cares about. Let's make it the only thing anyone talks about, and everyone has to, before they say anything else, answer a gotcha question that we've come up about it, so that we can point to whatever answer they give as like, look at this fucking freak, and then they make everyone react to it. Everyone has to make some fucking thing that addresses the big problem, and
then also this produces little content of them confronting their enemies or whatever.
Yes, and then of course, after we've fucking spent so much fucking time and effort dealing with it, they just drop it because they never fucking cared about it in the first place. For example, when was the last time you heard the acronym CRT? Remember when that was the thing?
Oh, I actually was thinking of chunky pixels. Yeah, the critical race theory shit. Yeah, that was good. That was a classic move where you just take a thing and then you just get everyone. You basically just imbue it with badness. You just spend all your time making this word a public enemy and attaching it to other people. I think Chris Rufo said he did this as much, which is like, yes. Okay, great. This is also like the fun thing is just like, he's like, here's how I'm doing the evil. Here's my math. And then everyone's like, dude, how does he do it? How does he fucking do it?
And like that is now like the war. Like they didn't call it war. It's just like, let's do a new thing. Our news cycle for this month is going to be, we'll kill the Iran guy in his house.
Yes. It's okay. They named everything the Department of War, but literally like war doesn't actually exist to them because like what they imagine is just like you send your special forces guy to take somebody and you bomb everyone on the way out. Like the sustained conflict thing is just like not like you're just popping. It's just like a wrestler coming down the ramp. You know, you show up and then you leave, which is famously not logistics.
Yeah. I mean, like, for there to be a war, like a protracted war with fights, you have to, and this they will never do, you have to acknowledge that there is an opponent and there isn't an opponent because they're not people, you know?
Right.
The only thing that war is for is making your beautiful, sexy, lethal men ignore the stupid rules of engagement. The stupid rules of, whenever he calls them stupid, I'm just like, do you think that they only made rules because someone was like, I'm scared that warfighters might not be gay enough. Like, we need to make them pussies.
The rules of engagement thing, I think, is also particularly insidious because, like, when you talk about it or bring it up, at least I do, I think of, like, a gun guy, like, going to a village and being like, no, I'm not going to do that. But it's, like, literally, like, oh, it's not even that because we're just blowing everything up. Like, there's even less, like, discernment. You know what I mean? It's there, like, wasn't even rules before. That's, like, the thing.
There really weren't,
It was still
like,
just blow up hospitals and war, and, like, that's a war crime, and then that's a special word that both means something and doesn't.
it really does speak to the inability to understand that other people have brains and thought processes and their own interests, that, like,
Yeah, they do see everyone as, like, GTA NPCs.
yes,
Like,
if you are out there saying the rules of engagements are stupid and gay, and any army that doesn't want to get cucked and has high T is going to ignore them because it allows them to be more lethal. If you're saying that and it's just like, okay, we're not even hiding anymore, and the way that you implement your new lethal max type of strategy is, if there's a country you don't like, you just one day by yourself kill the guy in charge of it in he house. It's just like, well, if it's now just normal to kill the leaders of volatile countries in the house, like, do you not understand that, like, that's a problem for you now, Donald Trump? You have a very famous house. Everyone knows where Mar-a-Lago lives.
Yeah, again, this is exactly it. It's, they literally can't understand that they would just assume there would be this asymmetry forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, part of it is, of course, the fact that there's, like, nothing so little, like, the American Armed Forces can, like, think about the Gulf states and Middle Eastern people just in general. Like, they just, like, the bar is super low.
Yeah.
Like, it is super low. I am reminded when I was reading about North Korea getting the bomb, one of the reasons that, like, it happened is the Americans who are obviously, like, monitoring this situation. They, like, just literally thought, like, they can't, like, they're not smart enough to do this. Like, they literally thought, just like, because of racism, this can't happen. And I just feel like this is the same thing.
Yep.
Also, they all went outside and pledged allegiance to a guy. Has that ever happened?
Wait, who? Who did that?
Dude, everyone in Iran, like, went outside and pledged allegiance to the new dude.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I don't want to make it sound like that's good, but it's just like, dude, we can't even get people to not drive.
Yeah. Speaking of not drive, I mean, the whole the money, the oil, the money. That's another thing. But I will, talking about nukes. I will say this, as a relatively ignorant to the political dealings type of guy. Although I say that, I am clearly far more sophisticated than anyone in the fucking administration. Did you see? I couldn't find any fucking articles about this because it's been supplanted by new developments and I can't find them. If I look up the search terms, it shows something from today, whatever. But there was something to the effect of, like, before the strikes, like, Oman, which I think Oman is, like, the mediator for Iran and U.S. negotiations, like, sent people to the U.S. to explain what the state of the negotiations were.
This is what Japan did to us when they bombed Pearl Harbor.
They feared that people in the administration were not understanding it. And the implication is because they're not fucking smart enough.
Oh, yeah.
And turns out that's so right. Anyway.
Yes. When the trade war was the only concern, I guess, this happened again and again. Like, Japan would send people and be like, what do you want, though? Can you, like, write it down? Mm-hmm. Can you write it down so I can take it back to another man and then talk to another person and then we could figure this out? And they just were never willing to, like, say something specific.
I mean, like, what does Trump want in Iran? Like, Trump wants his lethal maxed soldiers to do an epic war and kill the bad guy he hates and then have a fucking hamburger.
So, except for the hamburger part,
okay.
I don't think that's even the case. I think Hegseth wants that. I think there's just void. He's just void. There was a picture where he was just photographed in a stupid hat and his eyes were uneven. He just looked like an unliving toad. And it's like, this man is responsible for the deaths of how many?
I mean, speaking about being responsible for deaths, there was a whole thing about like when it was like the first thing, the first big bomb, and the line was like, we did the big bomb and now it's over because the color of the ground changed to blue, to be America blue, because we killed the guy that we hate. And there's going to be no more and we're done. Someone asked Hegseth about like, well, what about the soldiers who died? And his response was basically, they're gay, they're pussies, and
they're making dad look bad. Like, oh my god,
those fail soldiers should have lived if they really wanted to prove how much they loved daddy. And it's just like, okay,
this is like what I mean by like some gender stuff. It's like, I don't know what's going on here, but it's like psychosexual and fascist, which I guess they're always intertwined, but it's just like so obvious.
Yeah. It's real fucking bad. And it's like one of those things where it's like, it's easy to have the old world brain and be like, this is going to get the military so mad. They're going to be against him. Maybe Mark Kelly will come out and say, don't follow an illegal order. Well,
they're going to do coffin drop. They're going to do coffin drop on all the veterans and it won't matter.
Also, no Democrat is going to say that this is like an illegal or wrong thing. They'll all support the troops because they're fucking cowards. Anyway, but the point being like, oh, the disrespect is going to make the military mad. And it's like, well, I don't think so, because if you are in Trump's military, either you are like someone who's there just for, like this is my way out of poverty. Like this is just a job. In which case you probably already hated him about as much as you were capable of. And you're just gritting your teeth being like, I got to go to my job. And my boss at job said that we're doing war against fucking Iran today. Or the more likely thing is if you're in Trump's military, you're just like, I love Daddy Trump and MAGA. And if you're in MAGA, you are so trained to be happy with humiliation rituals that being told that your death is gay and stupid is like, yes.
On that same note,
I love it.
On that same note, the humiliation ritual that is occurring is this new thing where Trump buys people the wrong size shoes. Are you aware of this?
Oh, yes, it's so funny.
Like this, like Marco Rubio's feet are like visibly bleeding. Like he's so fucked up. And
shoes too big, dude. Metaphors, gender. It's so obvious.
And also, it's just like, is this like mindset shit? Is this weird old man stuff? Like, I don't know. Like it could be both. It could switch between.
I think, dude, my thing is, I think that it is. I don't want to give Trump the benefit of the doubt that he's like canny enough to do mind games, at least anymore. I think legitimately it is an old man thing. It's an old man thing plus the whole like, supreme leader Kim Jong-il plays an 18-stroke round of golf with 18 holes in one, where he's just like, I'm actually the best at everything. Fucking facts be damned. He just got it into his head recently that like, I, Donald Trump, am really good at guessing shoe sizes. I just can do it. It's a talent I've always had. And he thinks he's like doing a fun parlor trick and at the same time getting people really thoughtful gifts. And he's just like, and this just goes to show I still am sharp. I think it's a purely an old man hobby of his.
Like this could have been peppermint candy in his pocket, but he chose instead to guess people's shoes. And he's still a piece of shit, to be clear, but like this is just a very low stakes humiliation ritual of just like what everybody is signed on for.
Yeah.
Yeah. We haven't even brought up the fact that the army sent out a letter that was like, God wants this to happen, bro. Good luck out there. That was like I know we're cooked, but like as far as the text that shows we're cooked, like on the AP US decline exam.
Yeah. I mean, talk about the guy in the military who's just gritting his teeth, being like, it's a living. I'll get through the years and then I'll be done. It's one thing to be like, my boss at job said we're invading Iran. It's another thing that, like, my boss at job said we're invading Iran because it will bring about Armageddon, and he's so happy about it. It's like, oh, fucking goddamn.
Also, the letter was insane, but also clearly mostly written by AI too, which just really juices the fact that, like, it is an insane, deranged text. But yeah, that's worth mentioning. That a letter did go out, and it was just like, this is for God and Trump, which, as we all know, are one and the same. So,
God, if we're talking about evil writing that is AI based, this is sort of neither here nor there, but it actually is relevant in that Satan did it. I just want to say this very briefly. There was a New York Times quiz today. Yes. I got to say it. A quiz today where it was like, can you tell between AI writing and human writing? And if you choose that human writing is better, it will say you preferred human writing. And it gives you the two most evil paragraphs ever written to try to shame you for not liking AI more. Here's what it says. It's by a writer named Kevin Roos, I believe. Well, I should say that it was a prompt that Kevin Roos put into AI to make this text.
The point of this is just like, dude, just take off your brain and jump in the slop. It doesn't fucking matter, dude. Just fucking do it. Just fucking do it. Just fucking come on.
So here's the text. If you preferred human writing, quote, you're either sharply attuned to the qualities that make for great writing or a lucky guesser. Fuck you. Maybe you also noticed that human writing often includes some clunky phrases, like this passage from Joe and the listener. In fact, Joe, I think you know, but listener, who do you think would be a good writer to specifically call out as the writer of clunky phrases? Clunky. Who writes clunkily? Can you think?
It's probably going to do some shit from The Road. Or perhaps Blood Meridian, yes.
Yes, Joe, you've remembered correctly. It is Cormac McCarthy's Blood Meridian, the classic novel that is full of course, clunky phrases. We all agree with this. And what causes them to be clunky? They are caused by the author's aversion to punctuation.
Clunky, I just want you to stop. Clunky, to describe it as clunky is to say, like, there's obviously no intent with the way they're doing this. Like, this is because they made a mistake. Like, there could not have been, like, just an ounce of agency in this punctuation choice. Like, they were just at the keyboard. Their fingers were a-flying.
Also, the way it's presented is, like, obviously true. It's like the only reason you would apply style to prose is to clunkify it and make it worse. Why not simply have the AI house style? Much better style. And this is the thing that drives me insane, is that the sentence that is used as an example of a clunky phrase because it doesn't have punctuation is a phrase that only requires grammatically a period at the end of the sentence, which it does have. Here is the phrase. As well ask men what they think of stone. Like, what's the mistake?
It's actually not that hard to just point to also any, like, kind of elevated prose out of context and be like, what the fuck is this? Is this a fucking circle? That's what they're doing. They're doing the bozo sketch to, like, actual normal writing, and they're just, what the fuck is this?
Yes. They don't understand that as well is a commonly used way to express the longer sort of idea of you might as well. It is not something Cormac McCarthy thought up. It is not an archaic or unusual phrase that you would be shocked to see unless you work at the New York Times.
That is peak dumb art brain, as in a guy trying to get something from art but can't because he's dumb, is like the belief that everything the author or creator has done was, like, invented by them.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. He continues, AI used to make mistakes like these. Mistakes like as well ask men what they think of stone. But today's systems are much more fluid than their predecessors. So fluid, in fact, that finding grammatical errors or non-standard syntax is often a hint you're looking at a human's prose, not a
This is a
machine's.
PR piece. Like, this is like, yes, I know AI made the women with the weird fingers and it made funky letters, but we got it fixed. Come on back, baby. Like, that's literally what this is.
That was a digression, but I'm going to tie it back in because it was in the New York Times, an evil newspaper, part of our evil media. And one of the things that our evil media is doing is using terrible writing to manufacture consent for this awful war that will only have negative consequences for every human being on the planet Earth. And my example of the worst of it is this shit by Nellie Bowles. Nellie Bowles was besties with Epstein and is now the wife of Barry Weiss, the most powerful media figure on the planet, whose power will only grow when she becomes the boss of CNN.
Okay, yes, I did in my Genius Night piece. I talked about a little bit media consolidation, and I talked a little about Larry Ellison. But like, since I did that piece, like Barry Weiss leveled up 2 times.
It's unbelievable. Her awful wife is arguably worse at writing than she is. This fucking paragraph is so evil on its face in terms of manufacturing consent and making apologies for war crimes and mass death. But almost as objectionable is the fucking like quirky millennial like fucking Gen X jokey slop bullshit of the prose. Here it is from Nellie Bowles. We're officially bombing Iran, and Iran is bombing, well, everyone they can. They've reportedly lobbed missiles, drones, and deck chairs at the UAE, Qatar, Kuwait, Bahrain, Oman, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Iraq, Azerbaijan, and Turkey, as well as Israel. It's #1 bombing love. But it's been a pretty dismal showing. We're very much and clearly winning, like really, really easily. Here's Trump on the war timeline. We also projected 4 weeks to terminate the military leadership, and as you know, that was done in about an hour, so we're ahead of schedule there. And here's Trump on who should be Iran's new leader. Well, most of the people we had in mind are dead, blah, 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 blah. They should stop picking one amongst themselves. They're wasting their time. Khomeini's son is a lightweight. I have to be involved in the appointment, like with Delcy Rodriguez in Venezuela. It will be done in ancestral Trump fashion via swimsuit competition in an indoor-outdoor pavilion at a resort. In other war news, after that bullshit fucking swimsuit competition joke, absolutely install Minecraft on your computer, motherfucker.
That's so good.
A U.S. submarine sank an enemy ship by torpedo for the first time since World War II. Welcome back to water warfare, baby.
That was a boat that went to India for like a parade, right? They were like, these are Iran's most special guys going to India for this parade. And then it's just like, we fucking got them.
I don't know if it's this particular incident, but I do know that there was a ship that was doing a scheduled war game that they sank. They just sank. And so it's like, what? You're not allowed to do that. Fucking goddamn. Like, the gay rules of engagement that hold our country back. And it's like, you understand, like, they didn't make rules to make war more gay. Everyone benefits from this, you stupid motherfucker. Anyway, she continues in evil fashion. There's unbelievable footage of a fighter pilot shot down over Kuwait in a bright and cheery mood as locals approach her there in that dust bowl. They thank her for what she's doing and offer her help. Oh, the U.S. fighter pilot is being welcomed as liberators.
Kuwait shot her down. Like like,
well, who's to say who shot down? If she didn't say. It might have been an Iranian plane shot the plane down over Kuwait. I don't know. The point being is that she's using this fucking fake ass story of all the Kuwaitis being like, I'm so happy for America, yay, yay. Joe, that was pretty bad, but it does not even approach the mind-shredding satanic evil of the final parenthetical of this awful, awful blurb by, again, the worst writer in America, Nellie Bowles. Once again, they thank her. the Kuwaitis, thank her, the downed fighter pilot, for what she's doing and offer her help. Parentheses, thank goodness she didn't land in Minneapolis.
Jesus.
Like,
Jesus.
uh,
Jesus.
the devil is real. The devil is realer than he's ever been. He's here now.
It just kind of feels like that joke is and black people, right? Like it's just it's
It cannot be read any other way as like, you know, wouldn't it be cool if we could kill them too? Like, what if we bombed them too?
Yeah, let me use juxtaposition to make us think about this in this context. She's a bad writer. That's an evil paragraph.
Feels bad. Also, we haven't really talked about how because of this, no oil can go to a place. They shut down the place of water where you take the oil to the store.
My understanding is like even if the oil is not made in Iran or the Middle East, every barrel of oil basically passes through that strait one way or the other, which is to say there's no oil because none of the ships want to go because Iran said we'll fucking blow you up if you come through, and like all of the ships are calling their boss being like, dude, this sucks. And then the boss is saying you need to get more insurance. I'm not joking. Like your ship needs to be insured. I'm not joking. That's the thing. It's like you need, like, if this is war shit, you need to get a different Allstate plan. And it's just everything is so fucked. I hope you have a foldable e-bike.
Yeah, I'm actually going to be, I mean, I know it's bad overall, but I'm going to be fine personally because I have the Hyundai Ioniq, which is a hybrid car. So my MPG is off the chain. Also, it's getting warmer out, so I can start riding my bike everywhere. So that's another win for me. And here's the main thing is that food doesn't take, you don't have to fill your food up with gas. So gas becoming more expensive does not make food more expensive because if you actually try to put gas in your food, it makes the food ruined. So I think I'm going to be completely untouched by this.
We're looking at stable grocery prices.
Oh, actually, what I just got a text from my dad. He tells me that the food at the grocery store doesn't spontaneously come out of the ground there, and they have to drive it to the store. No!
Oh my God. But the lady at the store told me that's what happens.
I know. Do you think she's trying to trick us? She should have her on the show. Here's the thing. Here's my advice to Iran. And I'm saying this as an American who lives in America and necessarily has American interests in heart in the sense that I want living in America to be safe. Not in the sense that I want America's satanic evil empire to achieve its goals. Here's what I say to Iran. And again, this is a purely selfish thing. This is to get what I want. You guys need nukes like yesterday. Holy shit. Oh my God. As many as you can fucking whip up. Do not delay at all. And do not let anyone try to tell you that you shouldn't have them.
North Korea is like the most vindicated. Good Lord. Oh, man. Why should you have a nuke? Because then the United States won't do stuff to you. And we're not talking about it won't stop other war, just specifically the United States will, I guess, kind of leave you alone.
Yeah, I mean, like the idea that like I will simply use my strong negotiating position and tactical advantages to disincentivize war. Well, that doesn't fucking work when, one, the United States is ruled by people who are incapable of understanding negotiation tactics and tactical advantages, period. They just don't understand. It's like if you attack them, they will block the strait of whatever strait it is. Hormuz? I don't know how to pronounce it. Like you say that to them and they're just like, well, what if we do a really good job of lethality maxing and our guys do not follow gay rules? I think that'll actually be so badass. Let's do it. And like, it is so clear that like there's no to try to come at this from a place of like reason. It's like, well, there is no reason. The American empire is so fucking brain rotted. We have bought into the MAGA con.
We are post World War II order. Like the logic from before is not there if you're looking for like what's going to happen. This is I don't know what's going to happen, but it's this new thing.
I mean, is it too pat to say like he's a fucking madman? Like we all know it. We knew it from the beginning. Like he's like fully insane and too stupid to have things explained to him. So like well then that's the case. You need a nuke, brother. Like you do. And like even if he goes away by magic, a genie makes him poof away and we get a nice president. Like how many years until the next madman? Clearly we love insane fucking death freaks in this stupid country. You need a nuke. You need a nuke. Get nukes. Like why are we not like taking out like fucking the president of France when he does something we don't like? So they got nukes. You know that's the only reason.
Well, we're not doing it because like we like Russia, I guess now or whatever, but like Russia is a nuclear state. Like that changes everything. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, that's the reason it's not just been bombed to oblivion like any other sort of campaign the Americans would do if we were even aligned with that anymore. And it's because they're sitting on the nukes. Like it's just fuck off. And obviously the problem with them is that this all becomes an abstraction and more people proliferate and everyone's sitting on more and more death. But I don't know what else is like the move here.
Yeah, it's fucked up. I love when they're like, "Hey, what's going on about how Russia is providing intel on like American soldiers to Iran?" And the response is like, "That's gay. Shut the fuck up. You're making daddy look bad." And it's like, okay, well, whatever. Who cares? Fuck the troops. And that's the other thing. Fuck the troops. Like, honestly, if you are in a position to be given these orders, you're a rube. How did you not see this coming? Like, if you either agree with it, and if you don't agree with it and we're being asked to do it, and they're like, but I don't want, it's like, what are you doing? You work at the Satan store. You literally work at Killing Inc. And you're surprised to be asked to kill? Fuck the troops. I have no respect for a troop. Fuck you for your service. I wish you had fucking gone AWOL.
I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm done. The devil's real. We got no solutions. But you know what they say? Complaining kicks ass. And we've done that.
Yeah, this war will be wrapped up soon. And we'll be sure to do a duh horror segment talking about the mission success screen and all the things we learned and got.
Yeah. I mean, as I say, it's a post-doing world, and an actual war, a sustained campaign requires doing, very real and objective doing that cannot be waved over and glossed over with virtue or vice signaling in group signifiers and whatnot, you know, their favorite things. So I don't know how it could possibly be a sustained campaign because there is no logistical capability left, because that's gay. They're
looking for an off ramp as well. Like they're clearly looking for a way to be like, we did it, it's over.
Yeah, but they can't negotiate one because they do not have the intellectual capability to explain the negotiations to Trump. So if they had a perfect solution and presented it to him, he would say, I can't read this. I don't like it. Anyway, that's all the time we have for Anime Sickos. I've been Tom, an Anime Sicko.
I'm Joe, an Anime Sicko.
Next time we're going to talk about Slay the Spire. It's going to be more fun. All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Anime Sickos. I've been Tom, a sicko. You can follow me on Blue Sky at Tom Harrison. Joe was also a sicko. You can follow him on Blue Sky at Sharia Uncle. You can follow Anime Sickos on Blue Sky at Anime Sickos, or email us at animesickos@gmail.com. You can give us money at patreon.com/Anime Sickos if you want. Please leave us a review or something. I don't know. Tell a friend. Anyway, until next time, bye.